Over the years, the Slovak startup ecosystem has evolved dramatically.
10 years ago, we had no idea what the ecosystem in Slovakia was like.
If you asked a random person on the street, I don't think 10 out of 10 people would know what a startup was, even in 2010.
Well, back in 2011, and together with Michal Truban, we decided to apply with one of the companies called Nice Reply to the competition, and we managed to be the first and the winners of that Startup Awards.
I have to say there was no ecosystem in Slovakia 10 years ago for startups. There were no investors, right? It was very hard to get an investor for a first startup in Slovakia. It was almost impossible.
10 years ago, when I think about it, actually it was more about the big companies who made innovation in-house.
I'm very happy to see that more and more people quit their safe corporate job and start their own businesses or join the top startups in our region.
I think the biggest progress is that there is a community that actually helps each other, that you have a lot of like-minded people that actually want to do their best job to actually push things forward and yeah, to actually change Slovakia to a better place.
So we have a huge amount and huge number of startups that are participating and active in Slovak ecosystem. And we also have the so-called infrastructure around them, so people who can support them, who can provide funding. And this has been a major development in the last 10 years.
I think today's society appreciates that we need skills from business, marketing, and entrepreneurship.
When I look back, the most important thing for us was to see good example. We had Asad as the example. There is a Slovak company that did it globally.
Corporation started to understand that innovation is not something they should do for pleasure, but it's the basic need for their survival.
Over the years, a lot of talented students, businessmen, managers have left Slovakia in seek of the better career, better education. We at Startup Awards have tried to create opportunities back at home. Last year at Startup Awards, 40% of all semi-finalists were Slovaks living abroad.
Startup Awards is a very important project in Slovakia. I think the young people have not only good examples, they also have the platform where they can become visible.
I think a few years back, Startup Awards were actually mentioned in an article in best-selling daily in Slovakia. It's a tabloid, essentially. And there was an article about Startup Awards which wasn't paid. And at that point I thought, you know, if we actually made it to Novi Čas, I think we made it.
I think we are going in the right direction, and we made quite significant steps. So now the ecosystem starts to be really ecosystem. And if we will continue, so there will be really great innovation leadership in Bratislava and in Slovakia.
For Slovakia to be an innovative leader or innovation leader, it needs to be more welcoming to bring in people from outside.
Right? We need to make Slovakia to be an attractive place for foreigners to come.
It needs to have a steady stream of capital that can support this, and have a supportive environment that's seen some success, because success creates more success.